You have this new funding round that has come from Brevin Howard, Valor, Vlad Tenev, others. What does this actually help you do? And what does this new protocol, Taro, actually do in terms of making Bitcoin transfers much easier?
First of all, thanks so much for having me, and greetings everyone from Miami here for the Bitcoin 2022 conference. So it's been quite a week for us in the Bitcoin and Lightning community. On Tuesday, we announced our $70 million Series B fundraise for my company, Lightning Labs. We're building infrastructure for the Lightning Network. And what Lightning does is it enables people to send instant high volume transactions for low fees over Bitcoin. Lightning is a software layer on top of Bitcoin. But we also announced a new technology we've been working on called Taro, which enables people to, in the future, send assets, stable coins, and really any other currency that's out there potentially using Bitcoin as a global monetary network. So we're really excited to be working with these investors that understand this long-term vision and mission to bring financial access to the world.
Now, financial access, how quickly, Elizabeth, do you think that this could start to spread among other countries, aside from El Salvador, that are looking to adopt Bitcoin at a greater rate as a currency?
Bitcoin is global, the internet's global. And really what we're seeing is Bitcoin enables the internet of money. Today, I can embed a photo in any application on the internet, Twitter, WhatsApp, email, all of those. But why can't I easily send money or value globally, natively embedded on the internet? So the way I think about Lightning is it enables two kinds of use cases. One, use cases that weren't previously possible, and two, access for those that previously didn't have it. And this is a big global issue and an international issue. We look at a country like Nigeria, 70% of the population is 30 or under. Well, what do they all have? Mobile phones. But many of those people may not have access to a bank account or something like a Visa or the traditional financial system. So the way that I think about it is this technology will really enable people across the world to tap into the internet of money. What the internet did for access to knowledge and information previously, look at something like Wikipedia, Bitcoin and Lightning are doing for access to money and financial services.
Elizabeth, mainstream awareness of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin has shot up like a rocket over the last couple of years, but there's still such a long way to go to clarify confusion around digital assets. I'm curious what the themes are at Bitcoin Miami this year. What is everyone talking about? What are the most hyped issues and the biggest problem issues?
Great question. I think adoption is huge right now, right? The way that I think about it, the vast majority of the users in the future will not even know that they're using, say, the Bitcoin or the Lightning Network. They want it to just work. They want access. Broadly in the cryptocurrency space, we see a lot of technologies, but some of them are in search of a solution as opposed to thinking about real problems for real people. So what I'm seeing now is a focus on real use cases, on real adoption, and the global element. I was just chatting with developers today from places like Nigeria, from places like Guatemala. So this is a global community. And this is also what I think distinguishes the Bitcoin community from some of the other, say, projects that are out there with the focus on actual adoption and real use cases, as opposed to speculation. Shout out to my friend Lynn Alden, who has written great macroeconomic research and studies Bitcoin and Lightning. And she talks about the utility to speculation ratio and how Bitcoin and Lightning are very utility oriented as opposed to merely speculation.
Jack Dorsey is one of your backers, as I understand it. What is it like working with Jack? I know Twitter was an early adopter.
Jack has been incredible in terms of believing in Bitcoin, understanding its value as the internet's native monetary network. He's tweeted about Lightning. He participated in this thing called the Lightning Torch when people back in the day sent and received Lightning transactions globally. And we're really grateful to have him on board as an investor and as a believer. And one thing about Jack is he deeply believes in this mission and sees the potential for the internet of money and sees the global aspect of tapping into this and really expanding access for everyone around the world.
Well, it's interesting because Twitter was such an early adopter of this, it really was a signal that the creator economy could also use Bitcoin in a greater way. What have you learned from the adoption of Twitter to the Lightning Network, and what do you expect now that Robinhood and other big companies are also adopting it?
So what we're learning is this technology is global, and there are so many people around the world with untapped talent who need opportunities. And okay, so let's say there's somebody in Argentina or India who is a creator or a coder. Well, if you want to send smaller values, tapping into the global monetary system, the fees will exceed the amount that you want to send. So what this technology does that's so powerful is it lets you do what we call streaming sats or satoshis, the lowest denomination of Bitcoin. And we see this in use today with podcasts. There's some great podcasting 2.0 applications, many thousands operating on Lightning. You can pay per second. There are media aspects where you can pay small values for, say, articles. There are social networks, chat apps, and those are all operating over the Lightning network like Zion and Sphinx. So what we're seeing is a lot of people around the world are now able to tap in. It's early days, don't get me wrong, to the capacity to earn and to be compensated for their creative work, as opposed to in the legacy system where the fee would actually be higher than the amount that somebody might spend.
Elizabeth, the fees are something I want to get your opinion on here. There's a lot of mistrust of the typical financial system, the big banks, credit card companies, that is emerging over there at Bitcoin 2022. When you look at the fees that are being charged for cross-border transactions, for transactions at all, do you think that the financial system as it exists now has failed us?
Largely, yes. So why today do I need to send a paper check here in the US? Why do I need to wait days for an ACH payment to go through over an app like Venmo? In the US, we're actually behind. We see in emerging markets, they have faster systems and they can settle far faster. But when it comes to interoperability and the global element, there's still not a way that has been widely adopted by billions for people to send, the way they're sending data and messages on the internet today, for them to send value and money. So I do believe you have a number of legacy players who it's not necessarily in their interest to adapt and to build these new, faster, low-fee technologies because they're making a lot of money off of the high fees they're charging. Now, enter something like Lightning. Today, you can send less than 1 cent on Lightning for a fraction of that in a fee, right? We see people in Starbucks in El Salvador spending a couple dollars on a coffee today, and the fee is a fraction of a cent. So the technologies we're building, like this new Taro protocol, where you can then send asset stable coins over Lightning, opens up access to people around the world and opens up access to merchants who want to be able to receive but don't want to pay, several percentage points plus a base fee in order to do so.